you are now part of the Flaming Fist. And part of that, you were assigned by Captain Dodge to investigate some murders. You went to Insight Park, where you spoke to a dwarf.
They're swords.
Who is the groundskeeper of the park.
They're really cool.
He showed you around to the different murder sites. You discovered, after some investigation, that 4 people were murdered. Each of them were refugees given fake permits. You also discovered one had a
very
card
fancy, big fancy.
One Emmerich Vanthamper, who is son of Thalmara Vanthamper, one of the leaders of Baldur's Gate. You also discovered some residue used in tanning, or tannery, and you discovered the nearest one was Poison Poseidon. You investigated it, found some cryptic letters hinting at some nefarious doings. And you are now going to Elf Song Tavern to discuss what your next plan is.
Oh my god, it's freezing here. It's been snowing and sleeting all freaking day. I'm jealous.
Alrighty.
2 other things I should note on the bodies that you discovered. One had a picture of a Hell Rider, which is a Elturel soldier, essentially. You also found someone with an insignia of the... I forget what it's called for a second. Order of the Champion. Now, before we start, I want everyone to roll a history check to see if you know what the Order of Champion is.
I don't.
Sorry, not the champion. It's Order of the Companion. I misspoke.
Order of the Companion.
Okay, so Ergoth, Belgra, and Takari will know what this is, and I'll put that into your journal.
Finally, I know something. At last.
Okay, you 3 will have a note about the companion in your journal now.
Alrighty.
One other thing, in the notes that you found on the Poison Poseidon, they spoke of a bathhouse. Not specifically which one, just bathhouse, and there's also a sewer there as well.
Are we headed to the bath or the tavern?
We're at the tavern, right? We're at
Well,
the
you're
inn.
heading there.
Oh yeah, most certainly heading to the tavern. And the fact that this bathhouse is nearby the sewer, that actually should narrow down our search.
I've also added a note kind of summarizing what you found last time. It's called the Dead 3 Investigation Findings.
Nice.
There's a lot of things for you guys to remember, so I thought, no, I might as well just do it for you.
Yeah, it's so
Write
much.
everything down.
Appreciate that.
Definitely. It's a lot of notes. It's more notes than I was writing.
I feel like I wasted my time writing literally all of that down and then categorizing it all week. But I'll take it.
By all means, take your own notes, but mine's just kind of like a summary of details you should remember.
Super helpful, Duro. Super helpful. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much.
I already write this stuff down, so it's more like a copy paste.
So we starting at the tavern?
I will lead you up to the tavern.
Got it.
All right, I start walking in the general direction.
Okay. Just gotta find out where my notes start. You arrive at the Elf Song Tavern at daybreak. It is a 2-story building with a large covering on its right side. Candlelight flickers from the windows. Patrons pack the main room, guzzling their beers and eating their specialty food, fish cakes and loaf pudding. You step into the tavern and the room quiets as a disembodied voice begins to sing.
Ooh.
Where's that voice coming from?
The voice is coming from all around the tavern. Make a I say history check to decipher if you know where it came, what it is and where it's coming from.
I don't know anything.
Wait.
Okay, you do not know what is exactly happening, but you hear a female elf voice singing. Who here speaks Elvish?
Mm.
Only Takari speaks Elvish?
Ruin does not.
I don't either.
Same. We speak Sylvan.
Okay, Takari, you can understand it, so I will give you the lyrics if you wish to decipher it for everyone.
Yes.
Can you sing it to us?
Takari's not much of a singer, but she will certainly try.
Oh, we'll be the judge of that.
Oh, God.
Ergol's kind of like standing by the entrance of the door with his back against the wall and his arms folded. He's kind of enjoying the singing that he hears.
If you want to, you can. If you don't want to sing, you can just say it and then roll a performance check.
I'm gonna sing it.
Right on.
Amazing.
Let's be real with it.
There you go.
Hold on. I'm sorry. What a time to have to sing something. Give me 1 second, guys. I just gotta read it.
Sing for us.
Can we get some real world inspiration?
Sure, why not? Takari gets an early inspiration.
Okay. Did you send me the note already?
Yes, it's called Elf Song.
Oh, okay. Here. Oh, it's long too. Okay. Well, Takari. Takari clears her throat. She goes. Oh, sing a song of Elturel, of water, woods, and hill. The sun dawns on her ruddy cliffs, and fields green and still. The long abiding joy, home of the strong and brave, renowned by all across the realms, and never once a slave. Oh, sing the song of Elturel, and when foes are at her door. Her fields torn by cloven feet from some infernal shores. Arise, the mighty hell riders. Take up your swift keen swords and charge into the hellish fray and scatter devil hordes. Oh, sing a song of Elturel. And when the night does fall, sleep safe beneath companions' light until dawn does call. We're bound by mortal covenant and only ends with death. So we'll sing of Elturel until our final breath.
That was beautiful, Takari.
Ergolf just lets out like 2 claps and then goes back to being suspicious of everything.
I just want everybody to know that Takari is sweating profusely, and both Little Bones 309 is also sweating profusely.
Nigel was visibly entranced by the performance.
Ruin thinks that was so painful to listen to that he might submit it to his god for tribute.
Amazing.
Still, literally the best start of a campaign's night I've ever had. Good work.
Thank you. Takari takes a bow. It's a very like a very low bow, and topples over out of sheer needing to just do anything but remember the fact that
she was brave. Oh, she was so brave for doing it. I felt bad. I suggested it, and like instantly she got raided.
I think that deserves a round. I'm going to go buy some ale. Would anyone like a pint?
Takari wants a pint very badly.
Bulgara says that she would like a glass of wine, preferably.
Now, let me set the setting for inside this tavern now that you're inside of it. I also gave everyone the song, so you can go back and read it too. Flanking the entrance to your left and right is a suit of armor and a gruff female half-orc. Or sorry, half-ogre. The woman gives you a stern look in the eye as you enter. The bar is occupied by an older human man as 2 young men take orders. A set of keys loudly clunks around the man's belt. Well-armed thugs huddle around the tables in the main room and private booths. 3 padded chairs are angled toward a fireplace in the east wall, underneath the creaky wooden staircase that climbs to the 2nd floor. Some drunk is passed down on the couch against the north wall. Next to the couch sits a wooden sea chest. So you may wander around. I've placed some NPCs you could interact with. You can also go to the 2nd floor. So I have made some changes to my traditional layout for the maps. As you can see, there are blind spots, so you can just kind of walk around and explore that way.
All right, Nigel heads to the counter to order the ales. Would anyone else like a pint?
No.
Yeah, I'll join you.
Okay, everyone should have control of their character.
Can Takari also join, but she wants to like sit underneath one of the bar stools?
Jesus.
You can sit underneath the bar stool.
Thank you. Thanks, Dara.
Good evening, my good sir. I would like 2 pints and wine. Anything else for anyone else?
I'll have a nice mealy ale, something thick.
Water.
So 3 ales and a wine and a water.
The man hurriedly fills your order and passes you your drinks.
Awesome. Nigel passes out the drinks and says, to a day's good work.
Cheers.
Cheers. And Nigel raises his tankard for a clink.
Cheers.
I do the same. What's the tab?
The man says, 2 copper per drink.
Ergoff
pretty
is
cheap glass
trying to
of
do math in
wine.
his head right now.
Nigel tosses 10 copper.
Takari is still reeling from having to sing in front of everybody. And she just looks up to Nigel very hopefully and thanks him for the drink.
Think nothing of it, Takari. It was quite a beautiful rendition.
Hey, Nigel.
Hmm?
I'll trade you 1 silver for 8 copper. I'll pay for my drink.
That sounds like a bargain.
Sweet.
So Nigel gingerly pockets the silver.
I pocket my copper.
The man at the bar says, "It's nice to have new people around here." Or are you among the refugees?
No, we're not.
My roll 20 is bugged.
Can't say I am. I'm
need to
from the reaching forest out to
restart.
the east.
So annoying.
May know of it.
Have you heard any news about the refugees lately? Ergoff's asking the barkeep.
I'll bet my last copper piece that those so-called refugees are advanced scouts for an army that's prepared to attack Baldur's Gate.
Why would they do that?
I've never trusted those Hell Riders. And it seems like all Elturel are among them. And I bet they're behind Ravengard's disappearance as well.
Ergoff hears the word Hell Riders and gives Belgara an eye, hey, that's something that's relevant.
Do you guys want to see if you know anything about Hell Riders?
Yeah, Takari does want to know if she knows anything.
Yeah.
Okay, let me get my very long list of info of Hell Riders. Go ahead and roll history.
My history rolls have been so bad tonight. Nice.
Oof.
Okay. Nigel and Takari know quite a bit about Hell Riders.
Yeah, I imagine the tavern's pretty stinky, honestly.
Let me just make a new note real quick.
You said there was a body that had a Hell Rider image on it. It was like a tattoo or something?
It was someone who had a picture with an older gentleman in Hell Rider garb.
Would we have taken that picture? I think we
We did.
Yeah.
We absolutely did. It was Eduardo had it.
Okay. Who would have the picture right now?
Probably the boss.
Belgara?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because everything we took, we gave to her, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm asking Belgara, kind of like out of earshot of the barkeep, should we show him the picture of this Hell Rider?
I'm gonna say maybe we don't want to be too obvious.
Ergoff nods.
I really should have cut down my note on this because I've like 3 pages of notes on the Hell Riders.
Damn.
Oh my good God, Turo.
And like not all of it's stuff you would know.
Ergoff, off the cuff, just buys a drink for the very stout lady near the door.
Takari wonders if Erigoth has a thing for beautiful stout women.
Who doesn't?
Well, Takari is not judging whatsoever. She gives them a little thumbs up from beneath the bar stool.
Ergoff doesn't really acknowledge it. He's just, in his mind, is figuring it's a good way to get on this lady's good side, because he seems like she's ready to kick some ass.
She looks like she could throw back a few pints.
Yeah.
Yeah. She looks like she could throw Erigoth just in general.
Yep, probably.
So her icon is like pretty huge.
Huge icon for huge power.
Big power. That girl's wondering if she takes the drink.
Okay, there are places within here where you could have, there's like conference rooms essentially, different meeting rooms. You can also go upstairs. There's more rooms up there.
Takari would like to wander towards upstairs and see what's up there, see if there's anybody to talk to with some information.
Ergolf's gonna hang out at the bar, and he's gonna ask the barkeep what else is going on in town that we should be aware of. Anything interesting, anything new?
Patch is also going to hang out at the bar until Takari comes back.
Okay. So Takari's going to go upstairs. So I will turn off your vision real quick to move you.
My eyes! My special eyes!
It's pitch black up there.
Just sing to yourself, it'll all be okay.
No, never again!
Can you see now?
No, I can't.
There's always got to be a lightweight in the
Can you see
group.
now?
No.
This is correct.
Oh, now I can. I can.
Okay, yeah, you're on the right side now.
Okay. Is there anything extra noticeable about these people upstairs?
Yes.
Does Takari pick up on what's extra noticeable?
Well, let me find my note.
Okay.
Ergolf's a little bit more loose and a little bit less suspicious, so he starts exploring the tavern.
Balgara's just kind of politely drinking her wine and just paying attention to everything, though minding her own business.
Ruin's just scowling,
Imagine that.
sipping his water.
Classic.
Tastes so good.
Okay, Takari. Lit lanterns hang from the rafters in this windowless room. Rugs cover the wooden floor and help dampen the noise from drunken patrons gathered around two large tables, eating and playing games of Baldur's dice, or Baldur's bones, I mean.
Oh, that sounds fun.
You see a dwarf man at a table in the center of the room. He is wearing clothing that accentuates his large build. Several rats are perched on his shoulder. His jovial, bellowing laugh is loud enough to disturb the entire tavern, but no one is courageous enough to say anything. He's playing Baldur's bones with a human man. He says to him, "Well, Rima, it seems Salvers is in my favor today. Maybe if you prayed harder to your god, then maybe able to win for a change." The man sitting at the table across from him is dressed in white robes and has a cane topped with a white ball. He says to him, "Be as it may, Wall. My divination from Savras has guided me to the success in my life. That is something you cannot say. Now come on, I need to earn my money back." Next to them is a woman who is analyzing their plays very closely. She is wearing chainmail under a leather tunic. She's not saying anything to them.
Do they notice Takari?
They do not. They are too focused on their game to notice you come up.
Okay. Takari wants to. She's gonna go sit next to the woman and just watch the game for just a second, unless they say anything to her.
You can go sit next to them. The dwarf man looks at you as you sit down. He says, "What do we have here? Are you interested in playing?"
Takari takes a moment and kind of looks them over, and then looks at the other two, and then back at the dwarf, and raises a brow. And she kind of cants her head to the side and says, "I've never played this game before. Is it fun and easy to learn?"
It is very easy to learn, but if you're my friend here, you might not find it fun.
Takari looks them all over again once more time, and she knits her brows together and then gives a very firm, singular nod. Yeah, I would love to learn if you're willing to teach me, but, I'm not super rich to bet any money with, but would you be willing to maybe bet secrets or information that you might have?
The woman turns and gives you a peculiar look.
Takari looks back at her, and she kind of beams at her with this big, toothy smile, as if to say, "What?"
She gets up from her desk, from the table, and she goes into the most eastern room over here.
Takari watches her get up and leave, and while Takari might not be very charismatic, she does have some intelligence about her. She's not a complete bumbling idiot. So she looks at the dwarf, and she looks at the man, and then back at the door, and her interest is very much piqued. She knows when somebody is keeping a secret, at least. That much is clear to her.
Oh, really?
She looks back at the dwarf, and she's, "One game, and maybe I'll win. What do you say?"
I'm not much for secrets, but I'm sure someone around here would know.
So I'm not trying to cut anyone off. If enough time passed to buy some pints for the party, not just going to buy a second round of drinks for everyone.
Okay.
And it's going to take a drink for Takari. It's going to go up the steps and bring it to her.
So Ergoth is walking over to the lady by the door, and he asks what her name is and what brings her to the tavern.
Okay, one second. I need to. Okay, so Takari, I gave you a note with the rules for Baldur's Bones.
Okay, I'm looking at it right now.
So he explains that each player puts an ante, and I suppose this is secrets. We roll 3 dice, and then play then proceeds clockwise around the table with the host of the game going last, which would be the dwarf. On their turn, a player can choose to stand or roll. The player stands. It's essentially 21 but with dice.
I gathered that. I was just reading that. I was like, oh, it's blackjack.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. And he said he doesn't have any secrets, right?
He said he doesn't have very many secrets, but someone around here would know or would have secrets.
Okay. She looks at the other man playing as well, and she cocks her head to the side at him very curiously and says, what about you? Do you have any secrets that you want to bet on?
I may have some secrets, but what do you have?
You know,
I'll be right back, guys.
I know a thing or two about this or that, or, you know, she kind of hems and haws over the idea of it. She looks back at the dwarf and asks, well, do you agree to these terms?
Aye.
Takari, she like claps her hands all rapidly, very excitedly, and then she, perks up and asks, "So, do I go first?"
Aye.
So, Duro, am I just rolling a d6?
You roll 3d6.
I really wish I fucking.
You can do slash roll
Okay.
and the number of dice you want to roll. So it'll be 3d6.
Takari's gonna stand.
Get bust.
Takari claps her hands again very excitedly and kind of bounces in her seat.
That's a 21, so I won.
Takari is very upset. She hangs her head.
I miscounted. Yeah, it's 21.
Oh, yeah, it is 21, isn't it? Takari hangs her head in shame and sighs and asks, well, do you have any secrets that you want to know, or do you want me to give you a secret that I have already?
I think I would want to know what you have already.
Wow. Takari leans in really closely as if she's sharing something really, really juicy. Her eyes light up and she almost looks at the dwarf, almost very doe-eyed, like she says in a whisper, "Did you know that a bear does, in fact, shit in the woods?"
The dwarf stands up and slams his hands on the desk and yells out, "That's no secret!"
Takari stands up and mimics him and also slams her hand on the table and goes, "How do you know? Have you ever actually seen a bear shit in the woods?"
Where else would they go?
She slams her fist down on the table, almost getting a little aggressive, and furrows her brow again and looks at him deep in the eyes and says, "They might have a commode. How do you know? Have you ever seen
Oh my
a
God,
bear
where did I come
actually
back
shit?
to?
Because I have. I've seen a bear shit. What about you? Can you say the same?"
Can Naragoth hear this happening where he is?
Yeah. You could probably hear this from downstairs.
Can Nigel see me?
Looks like I can't see you. Yeah.
Can I so I chuck a fork real quick at Nigel and I just to get his attention, and I give him like a nod to tell him like, "Hey, can you check out what's going on over there?"
Does this fork stick into my flesh?
No, it's like I didn't even try to hit you with it. I just try to like throw it at the ground next to you.
Nigel's already carrying a pint of ale up the stairs for Takari.
As you're doing that, you hear the dwarf in response
Hey, Zom!
to Takari yell,
Then Nigel's gonna hurry up upstairs.
he yells out, "You stupid elf!"
Takari, she cackles and leans back, and then leans back on the table again, slamming her fist. "Who's the stupid one? You're the one who agreed to my terms, dwarf."
Oh my God, she's a nuisance. I love it.
Oh no.
The dwarf decides to get up and leave.
Sorry, Mr. Dwarf.
Oh my God.
It was a good secret, I'm just saying.
Okay, Nigel can come upstairs now.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Scroll to your right. I didn't turn off your vision, so you should be able to see.
I see it.
Damn, it's been a pretty good night. How about yourself, bud?
Oh, Nigel rushes over, hands the pint.
Takari takes the pint and shouts at Nigel, "Bears shit in the woods!"
Oh my God.
Nigel is very confused. Looks very confused. They do.
Right. As long as we have that cleared up, Nigel, I'm glad to have that. She claps him on the shoulder and gives him a little squeeze and a little shake out of just sheer enthusiasm. But then she leans in close and says to him, "I think there's somebody, a person of interest, behind that door." And she points to the door that the woman went through. It was the far westerly door to Takari.
Next to the door is a small plaque that reads, "The Displacer Beast Room."
What?
The head of a displacer beast hangs from the wall next to it.
What else does Nigel see in this room? Was there clearly like a game
I hear that
being played
vibe.
or anything like that?
There's some leftover dice. The dwarf's friend also left with him. So it's just you two up here now.
Okay. So it's just us. The Displacer Beast room, you indicated that someone of interest went into that room.
Yes. A woman.
Well, Nigel's definitely going to head over to that door and put his ear to the door and see if we can hear anything.
Roll perception.
Does the half ogre lady have any response to my greeting?
No, she is very unresponsive to any sort of stimuli.
Oh.
She is of one mind to defend the door.
Ergal gets it. And he walks towards the room where Nigel went.
Okay, so you're gonna go upstairs?
Yep.
Okay, you're upstairs.
Does Nigel notice anything with this perception roll?
Nigel does not hear anything on the other side of the door.
Okay, then he's going to jiggle the handle, see if it's open.
The door opens.
Takari's gonna kind of scurry over and look over.
Roll 20 does
and
not
try and,
like me tonight.
Follow Nigel in.
As Takari is coming over, Nigel asks, so what are we looking for in this room? I'm not up to speed.
A woman. She seemed, when I mentioned betting for secrets, she seemed eager to get out of there and go into this room.
Nigel kind of quiet.
Sorry, I don't see the room on my end yet.
Scroll to your right.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's just one really big map. So left side's the first floor, right side's the second floor.
So Nigel quietly nods into that new bit of information, slowly opens the door.
You open the door and see a woman sitting at the table there.
So Nigel, again, he's got the door like cracked, right? He's trying to observe her, like sneakily observe this woman for a moment.
Okay. Want to roll stealth?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Not very stealthy today.
Ergoth is gonna stealth over to the far left corner.
Okay. The woman speaks out as you try to sneak a look at her. She says, "A deer could have heard you from 100 yards away. With all that clanking and bashing of the door."
Nigel
She
says,
called them
I
out.
suppose they would have. I'm just looking for a room to drink in. And he's got a pint still in his hand. Care to join me?
Duro, if Takari were to shout down the stairs, would Veldara hear her?
Song crit.
From there, probably not, because there are patrons downstairs.
Okay.
In response to Nigel, she says, I don't drink with the common rebel.
Oh, damn. She
Nigel
really
says-
do be like, I don't fuck with you.
What makes you think I'm common rebel?
The ale you drink, the way you dress, the way you sneak about.
Aragoth, he goes psst at Takari and nods to the exit and whispers Belgara.
Takari.
They're gonna come get me.
Up, back to the stairs.
Why are you so
And goes, Kaka! Kaka!
That's not what I meant, but okay.
Oh no.
Aragoth pinches his brow.
Takari realizes that she did not establish this as a call for the rest of the group, but she tries it anyway.
I'm assuming Nigel hears this noise.
Everyone in the tavern could hear that.
Excellent.
Okay. So Nigel says, well, you're sorely mistaken, madame, but suppose this is an argument for another day. Dreadfully sorry for intruding on your personal space.
I saw how you
And
sipped on
he
that
leaves the
ale,
room,
peasant.
closing the door quietly.
Okay.
I would like to have a discussion with the innkeeper, if I can.
Sure.
Belgara looks at the innkeeper and asks if any of his rooms happen to have a bath, because she would like to take a bath.
No.
I'm a clean girl. I need to keep myself clean.
Sorry, can't say we do.
No troubles. I have heard of a certain bathhouse in the city that resides above a sewer. Would you know the name of this bathhouse? I've heard it's rather nice.
I'm not one to go to bathhouses, and I'm especially not sure one that resides above a sewer. Does not seem cleanly.
Do you know of anyone in this tavern this evening that may know the answer to this question?
The man gets close to you and begins to speak in a whisper.
Like this. Juicy.
The woman upstairs. She works for the guild. She knows a lot of things. Maybe she would know of this place you were seeking.
I see. Do you know what she drinks? Perhaps I could win over her trust with a drink.
Wine, she prefers.
Very well then, I will take a fresh glass for myself and one for my dear friend upstairs.
He hands you a tankard of wine.
Wine comes in glasses.
Sorry, what'd you say? You kind of grumbled.
Sorry, I was just making a joke.
All right.
Okay. I think everyone at this point is going upstairs. Is everyone going up there?
Yeah, as soon as I heard the caw, I was going to just roll my eyes and start walking that way.
Okay. Everyone.
Aragorn's expecting it. He's standing by the stairwell.
Yeah, I'm
I'm hoping.
not really hurrying, but just more really resigned.
Takari helps.
Okay, everyone goes upstairs.
All right. I just stare blankly at the others. I look thoroughly unamused by all of you.
Same. I'm just as unamused.
And I say, wait, are you up here? I don't see you.
Everyone should be up here.
Okay, I'm gonna look to Aragoth and say, by chance, have you seen a woman upstairs?
I heard Nigel talk to a woman, but I was kind of in the shadows.
Can you direct me to the room, then?
Aragoth points to the door and takes the lead.
Belgera puts her hand on his shoulder and says, perhaps you should stay here.
Oh, okay.
And then she looks around to the group and just says, perhaps all of you should stay here. Close enough so that anything happens, I may call for you, but far enough as to not upset the delicate sensibilities of the young lady in the room. And then go ahead.
No, sorry, go ahead.
And she's gonna just go ahead and stroll over and inside into the room.
Takari looks really proud of herself, like she did a really good job, and she helped.
Aragoth stands right behind Takari and is like looking down, like,
Oh.
He's got his eye on her, make sure she doesn't, cause trouble.
She doesn't caca again, because she can if you want her to.
She's gonna take a seat next to the woman and just set the wine glasses down. Go ahead, Nigel, sorry.
When you said that, Nigel was like looking visibly defeated and kind of glancing at the other doors, and it's pretty obvious he's wanting to check out the other doors. And
Hey,
since you left the
Rem.
room, now he's going to take advantage and move towards the other doors.
I'm gonna grab Nigel's collar.
So Nigel gets stopped right here.
Should I do a strength check?
Nigel won't fight that hard.
Alright, I'm gonna do a strength check.
All right, you two do that. The woman looks at Belgara as she enters.
So Belgara's gonna take her seat at her side and offer the glass of wine to her and say, do pardon my intrusion, but the nice man tending the bar downstairs says that you may know where I could find a certain bathhouse in the city. I do love a good scrub. I hate to be dirty after a day of traveling. The diplomat. I'm the diplomat, guys. Oh my god. This never happens. I'm always some sort of insane or stupid.
Yes, Alan knows me very well. He knows wine is my favorite drink.
Ah, yes, he instructed me to bring this to you.
You say you're looking for a bathhouse. Is there any in particular that you're looking for?
I have heard tell of a certain bathhouse that resides over a sewer. It does sound most unappealing, but I've heard they have wonderful service there, so I suppose I should check that one out first. I'm a smart girl, talking to fancy lady.
If I think I know what you're talking about, I must say you were headed to a very dangerous place with very mischievous individuals.
I see. Would you care to expound upon this? Though I do understand if you would rather not risk it. I'm feeling my sorceress
I may be of help,
vibes.
but unfortunately, my hands are tied.
No, she hasn't
My
yet.
former shipmates have finally caught up to me and are expecting to pay me a visit at any moment. I'm sure they won't be happy after I stole some of their loot when they weren't looking. Tell you what, deal with them and I'll tell you whatever you want.
I see. Do you know how many there'll be?
It's been quite some time since I saw Deadeye. I can't say for sure how many of his thugs will be with him.
Well, I'm sure it shouldn't be a problem for me and my companions. Perhaps we'll wait outside the door for them, and as they approach, we'll do our best to take care of them.
That sounds like a plan. I will wait here while you take care of them.
Thank you very much. I guess I didn't catch your name. I'm Belgara, and your name is?
Tarina.
Lovely, Tarina. How wonderful to meet another woman of such status. I'll be seeing you soon. And she gets up and walks out the door to tell the rest of the party what is happening.
Ergoth is quietly stumbling around.
Ruin was literally standing in the doorway when you opened the door.
Takari is still smiling and still very proud of herself for being so very helpful to the party and has caused no detriment in her mind whatsoever.
Deadeye sounds familiar. Have we heard that name already?
No, it is
Okay.
a very common name
Okay, all right. So
in other fiction.
I'm gonna relay to the rest of the party the discussion I just had with the woman, that she's gonna give us information in turn for taking care of some pests for her.
Taking care?
Taking care.
Taking care. How?
Well, I suppose that's up to our discretion.
We'll kill them.
Let's leave that as the last resort.
Thank you for your clarification, Ruin.
Takari pats her dagger and smiles and nods and says, I'd be happy to take care of them.
I would say it might be a good decision for maybe our stealthy men to go into a little bit of stealth for us.
Nigel says, of course.
I'm assuming you get some advantage from that. Oh god, why did it all go dark?
Yes.
Oh, why are we downstairs now?
Because that's where the entrance is.
Oh, I was gonna wait outside her door for them to come.
Oh, were you? Okay.
Yeah, upstairs. Less people up there. Maybe we can get away with a little more.
Okay. I'll have to rearrange.
My apologies. Nigel is visibly drunk. My apologies. What's the plan? What are we doing?
Yeah, what he asked.
Oh no. Nigel, you're wasted.
Takari shakes her head at this.
Well, this young lady should have someone coming to this door very soon looking for her. And they'll likely have a few thugs with them that we'll have to take care of, so...
Oh, I see. Ergoth is gonna head over to the far corner and ready his longbow.
Perhaps we could all sit at a table and wait and see who comes to the door and then attack them as they're walking in? We don't want to attack just any random strangers. We are in an inn. But they'll very specifically be going to that back door, so we'll know who it is when they come. Perhaps that'll give us the advantage on them if we look, you know, unassuming, having our drinks at a table like civilized people. And she looks at Takari in chairs.
Duro, is there anywhere for Takari to hide in this room?
Not really. It's a pretty open space.
Takari sighs, hangs her head, and goes to sit down in a chair. Unfortunately,
Ergoth's gonna sit here, keep an eye on the steps. He's gonna have his longbow kind of not drawn but ready.
Nigel sits at this table and pulls out a deck of cards that he's got in his pack.
Nice.
And begins to shuffle out cards to everyone at the table to play a game.
Takari looks at the cards.
After waiting for some time, 7 motley humans saunter into the room. The leader is a brawny man with a cloudy red eye, a cruel sneer, and a pirate swagger. The others are an unsavory, rowdy bunch who act as if they own the place. We're looking for an old friend of ours, says the dead-eyed man. He sniffs the air. Goes by the name Tarina, or so I'm told. Loves to cheat to Baldur's bones.
3
I'm
hours
offering a drink to
later.
anyone who can tell me where to find her.
Argoth just sits quietly.
Can we hear them from upstairs?
Sorry, they are upstairs.
They
put
said
them
that
to
to us,
sleep.
right?
Oh.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I meant to activate them, but I didn't. There you go.
That Ruin totally points at her door.
Jesus Christ.
There you go. Will we get an advantage from attacking them from behind?
I would say no because they're already kind of ready to fight. So they would expect they would be on their guard essentially.
Okay.
They're aggro right now.
Belgara's gonna stand from her chair and look at the men and say, I believe you've picked the wrong fight, gentlemen. And then she's going to ready a spell.
Argoth looks at the leader and says, it'd be best not to cause any trouble. And he's going to try to intimidate them with that.
Takari laughs and stands from her chair and then stands on that chair for just a second and then immediately gets down from that chair as a moment of trying to show how tough she is.
That's a good idea. Song.
Nigel laughs nervously. He says, I don't know these people.
He doesn't. We don't know him.
And he moves away from the table.
As a response from Argoth, the crew begins to laugh. Deadeye says, "That cheating scoundrel stole 5,000 gold pieces from my crew. Unless you're prepared to hand it over, you'll get out of my way."
Argoth immediately says, or asks, how many gold pieces?
5,000, like I said.
Oh, Argoth knows flares and realizes this is not gonna work.
Ruin stands up and starts walking towards him.
Who has the highest strength rating out of our group?
I am currently at 15.
Mine's 13.
So I'm going to use telepathic speech. There you go if you need to see it. And I'm going to create a temporary bond with Argoth.
Okay.
And in your mind, I'm going to say, if anything happens, we should attempt to keep this Deadeye fella alive. Perhaps we can get more information from him. The goons can die.
Argoth, can I speak back? I can speak back, right?
Yeah, you can speak back to me.
He says, my intention was to kill him first, but I guess information is key.
You're the strongest here. Perhaps you can grapple him. Do you have a bit of rope?
I believe I do. Let me see something.
Hey, Sama!
Yep, I've had 50 feet of hempen rope.
Perfect.
Do you want me to just rope him?
Tie him up, if you can. Let's keep a hold of him.
What was Ruin going to do?
Ruin's going to walk up and introduce himself, say, my name's Ruin, and you are, and hold out his hand to shake his hand.
Oh no.
As he's doing that, Aragoth is gonna send an arrow into his leg.
Take out his kneecaps!
The man spits in your hand.
Gross.
Big gross.
Bro, that's so nasty.
Well, I'm just gonna have to slap him then. But really, I'm casting a spell. I want to touch him.
Alright, we're gonna roll initiatives now, because everyone wants to fight him.
Yep.
Let me...
Do I get a surprise before initiative, or does it happen after initiative?
Oh, I forgot to select my character when I rolled.
For surprise, they're all kind of ready to fight to begin with. They weren't, like, they were there to fight, so they wouldn't be surprised by people beginning to fight them. Okay, let me... Alright. So just click on initiative on your character sheet and you will roll.
I did do that. I don't know if my initiative showed up. There it is.
You did. Okay, I will have to roll again for Elgara to fix it.
I love Skyrim.
And for Ruin, you don't get to keep that, unfortunately.
Yep.
Okay, that was weird. Now, Aragoth is not on my list.
Sorry, I just figured out how that worked. Gotcha.
Yeah, I fixed it. Okay, Nigel, I need you to roll too.
Okay, I rolled my macro up there earlier. Do you want me to re-roll?
Okay, never mind. I see it now. So you'll want to click on your initiative button because it'll add you to
Hey,
my
Hops and
track.
Dragons!
Copy.
But I will correct it so you are in the right order.
Little cheeky shout out for you, sir.
Okay, then it is. I'm doing their initiative.
Oof.
Of course, buddy. Thanks for stopping by and saying hi. Always good to see you.
Okay, it'll be Nigel going first.
I'm going to attack the bandit captain, who is next to, it looks like, Ruin? Is that you?
Yes, sir.
I will get sneak attack on him since he's 5 feet within the enemy.
Yeah.
I'm attacking with the bow and
We're
arrow.
fighting like a
I'm gonna
bandit
shout.
leader and
Let's
his
keep him alive while
thugs.
this goes down. Keep the leader alive.
All right, then I'm going to shoot for his groin.
I dig it.
Keep him alive and childless.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes.
Okay, then you just click on your weapon and it'll roll
Hey,
for you.
Virgo!
Yeah, all right, keep in mind this is not factoring in.
So it's like between 1 and
the
20.
Sneak attack for the rogue.
So 13 is going to be above
you'll-
average, but not great.
Ruin had. What did you do for that?
There's
Sure.
a button so in the box underneath where you have all your weapons listed and your weapon attacks. There's actually an option to activate sneak attack. That's between like your stuff in your pack, the stuff you own, your items that you own, and and above that where all your attacks are. That's
Let's
where
see,
mine was.
I see short bow attack and adding proficiency, the range. So is the sneak attack in this like with a little gear option?
Is there a check mark box to the left of it?
There's a check mark box next to attack and next to a damage.
No, there's not.
All right, I'm just gonna roll it and see what happens.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that's set up for you.
Okay, 19 will hit. So it's not activating your sneak. So what you'll probably have to do is make a custom weapon that is your sneak attack damage.
Copy.
Just for now, let's have you just roll separately for your sneak attack damage.
Okay, ignore that. I'm gonna roll a 2d6. It should be.
Yeah. So where your weapons are, you'll do the plus, and then you'll just make a custom sneak attack weapon, essentially, for when you're doing sneak attacks. Okay, which one were you attacking again? Oh, you were attacking the captain, did I?
Yeah, the captain who's next to Ruin there.
Okay, you hit him. Good job. It'll be green next. He'll shoot a light crossbow at Nigel.
What?
Ouch.
He'll hit for 8.
I think I'm dead.
What's your health?
Should be like 9.
You have 1 HP. You're fine.
Just flesh
1
wound.
HP in a dream.
It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Pink will attack Ruin. Pink will actually move up to attack Ruin with the scimitar.
Sweet.
That does not hit.
No.
Air Growth, go ahead.
Green would be behind cover of blue, right?
Oh my god, my armor class
Not
is
technically,
horrible.
no. You can shoot through enemies.
Good night, Hops.
Alright,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna aim
pray
at
that I
green.
don't die with my 10 AC and my 8 HP. So bad.
Okay, 7 damage to green.
I'm a
I can roll my damage.
sorcerer.
I think I get 1d8 plus 2.
Yeah, if you click on the... You'll have to set it up
Artificer
to
made
auto
power
attack,
armor out of a steel
or auto roll
golem.
damage. But if you click on the
That's so cool.
the weapon after you do the attack roll, it'll roll for your damage.
Okay, can I roll for damage, or will that be in my damage?
You can roll for it. Go ahead.
Oh wait, never mind. I see how that works. Okay. I'll take the damage. I'm just gonna change my settings real quick.
Okay. Yeah, just switch it so auto does the damage.
After that, I am going to advance.
Okay.
Oh, I need to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Aragol's gonna kind of like slide over the table.
Nice. Okay, so it'll be purple next. Using the light crossbow against Gargoth. And it will not connect. It is Takari's turn.
I'm just clicking the weapon I would like to use, correct?
Yes, and the auto roll for you.
Okay, thank you. Takari's going to aim at red with her longbow.
Okay. That'll hit. So just click on that longbow word in the chat. It'll roll for you.
I see.
For 7 to red.
Oh, gotcha. That's better. Okay. Never mind. I'll have to change my settings.
Yeah, you can do that.
I'm a noob. I'm a noob.
We all were, man.
So can Aragoth say something while the chaos is happening? Can he like shout it out?
Yes. Talking is a free action.
Aragoth says, "We're keeping the big guy alive, but don't spread the damage. Take him down one at a time. If you can."
Okay, it is Blue's turn. Who will attack Takari with the crossbow?
I wish he wouldn't.
Okay, that's gonna hit and deal to you 2 damage.
Okay, thanks. Takari goes,
Deadeye will strike at Ruin with his scimitar.
Okay.
So 22 is going to hit you for 8 damage.
Okay, I'm going to retaliate with Wrath of the Storm. Use my reaction.
Okay. Go ahead.
Just not sure you're familiar with that one too much.
No, I'm not familiar with Tempest Clerics.
Yeah, basically I just get, if I get hit by a melee attack and get actually damaged, I can retaliate a couple of times every long rest.
Okay, so he needs to do a dex saving throw.
Yep.
$14 is his roll. What's your save modifier?
13, I think. Oh, hang on, let me check 1 sec. That might be my other guy.
It should be...
Oh, it's 16.
Oh, you have 16 for it?
Yep.
It's pretty
No,
high.
Dex. No, that's Dex. That's the wrong one, sorry. 10.
So that's half damage, right?
Yeah, he's still gonna take half. That should actually be against his Dex, right?
It's your spell saving throw.
Oh, that's 16. So he just rolls Dex against my spell saving throw?
In your
it's
character
13.
sheets, 13.
Yep, 13.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got confused on the numbers there.
Yeah, so it's that.
Yep,
Thing in
gotcha.
the middle there. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah,
Okay,
half
so he's gonna save on it, but half damage.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead and roll your 2d8.
I did. It did it for me. It's 12.
Oh yeah, I see. Okay, so he's gonna take 6. Okay, it is Red's turn. He will shoot a light crossbow at Bagara.
Oh my god.
Does 11 hit?
Yeah, my armor class is 10.
Oh no.
oh no.
Okay, you are also at 1 HP, so 1 in a dream. It is Ruin's turn.
Very squishy.
Can you heal her, cleric?
I got lots of people to heal is the problem. I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave.
That is a good spell to cast.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna because it's not a great place to do it and it might blow everything up, but we've got so many people almost already down. It's a 15-foot cube. Yeah, it's not around me. It projects like in front of me in a direction I kind of choose.
Okay.
So I can get like a 3x3 square is kind of what it ends up being.
Okay, so go ahead and do that. They need to do dex saves, I assume.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Constitution saves looks like.
Oh, okay. So I'll reroll those. Okay, so they all fail. They'll take full damage.
Nice.
11 is the damage.
Bye-bye, Red.
Good night forever.
Smell you later.
Bye-bye, Blue. Bye-bye, Green.
Yeah, that was not my first choice of spells, honestly.
Holy shit.
I had a
Well,
whole...
it worked.
I had a wholly different plan. I was going to try to heal somebody, but
That
then
was
all
a
of
good
a sudden,
call.
3 of us are down to less than 1 or 2 points. It's
Yeah.
bad.
It is Belgara's turn.
Ooh.
You want to get behind me?
No.
Okay.
Belgara, before she casts a spell, is going to shout to attempt to grapple the leader. We want him alive.
Oh, hey, Duro, I got to interrupt you real quick. Creep, sorry.
Yeah, you're fine.
That Thunderwave, when it hits, it also pushes them back 10 feet from me.
Okay.
That might affect what the rest of these guys do with the leader. Sorry,
Alright.
sorry, Creep, go ahead.
Oh, you're fine. And then her lips begin to move as she casts a spell, but no one can hear her except for the pink thug.
Oh, he's already dead. I don't even know what's happening.
As she casts Dissonant Whispers. Holy shit.
Nice. Nice.
Oh, hey yo! He needs
Oh, he needs to do a psychic saving throw.
a
or
wisdom save
I mean.
of 13, and if he fails, he still takes half.
Okay, he's not dead actually.
Wow.
I thought that damage. I thought the first one was a damage.
No.
But he does run right, if I remember correctly.
Hold on. I'll post the thing.
That's it makes him run his movement away. Yeah, so he will run downstairs actually.
Oh, he doesn't move away if he succeeds on the saving throw.
Oh, right. I should probably read it. Okay. But yeah, he's a little bit fried in the mind right now. It is Nigel's turn.
Okay. Then Nigel hops up on the table and shoots at this dude with his bow and arrow once again. Looks like he connects.
Yes, it will.
That's not the leader, is it?
Which one are you aiming at?
Sorry, the one next to Ruin.
That is not the leader. But you will kill him with any amount of damage. Yeah, he's definitely dead. You
And then Nigel ducks back under the table for full cover.
Okay, sounds good. It'll be
Cool.
Ergoth's turn.
I'm gonna head straight over to the leader and step over his minion bodies. If I can, let me check my movement. Yep. So that's my full movement. And can I attempt to grapple him with my rope?
Yes, you could grapple him.
A strict check, right?
It'll be your strength against his strength, or his athletics, or no, not athletics. Against his acrobatics, because that's his higher dex.
Okay. So I pull out my rope, and I'm just while I'm stepping over his dude's bodies, getting it ready to grapple him, and just saying, "See if I can do this," while I stare him directly in the eye.
Whoa!
Nice.
Whoa!
Okay, so what we're gonna do is you have him grappled. Now I want you to roll a dexterity check to see how well you can tie him.
Fair enough. And this is my action when I did the grapple, right?
Yes. Okay, then I will roll my own separate roll in my DM rolling, so you don't know how well it is.
Whoa.
Mystery.
I forgot how to do those. Okay, so you tie him up.
Alright. Does that end combat? I guess he can attempt to, on his turn, break the rope, probably?
Song crit.
After you tie him up, he does not struggle anymore.
Alright. That'll be my turn, I suppose. Let me see if I have a bonus action I can do.
Okay,
Anything.
there's no one else here, so I can go ahead and get rid of these bodies.
If we're out of combat, Ruin's gonna go to whoever's injured and do first aid on him. Just
Yes, we are out of combat.
Alright, I'm gonna drag the captain over to the chair with the table.
Nigel pulls the arrow out of his shoulder.
Ruin will patch that up for you.
Ah, much obliged.
Belgara approaches Aragoth and compliments him on a job well done.
Thanks for the idea, wouldn't have thought of it. And I just tie him up to the chair.
Lovely. Well, how about you stay with him? Just to make sure he doesn't go anywhere. No one comes looking for him.
I remove my sickle from my belt and keep it rested against the back of his neck.
We'll deal with him later. I want to talk to the woman now.
While Belgara does that, Takari, and is not noticing Takari, she goes underneath of a chair to sit.
Ruin goes and sits on the chair that she's under.
Ruin, are you rolling for the heals, or are we just assuming that we
It's
fully
no heals. No, it's really not any heals. It's just it doesn't do anything other than, you know, make you feel better. I only have one spell left, so I can't heal everybody.
Gotcha.
Cosmetic only, really.
I need a long rest if we go to combat.
Yeah, we got 3 of us at 1 or 2, so
Tarina exits her room. and views the carnage that has unfolded. She says, "Well, it looks like old Deadeye isn't as good as he thought."
Right, well, I believe we had a deal, didn't we?
Yes, come with me. We don't want any others to hear our conversation.
Alright then. And Balgara's gonna follow her. Sketchy!
Aragoth looks at Nigel, and he's kind of like, "What do you think?" And kind of nods toward the door.
Nigel is ever curious and will follow these two to the door to obviously eavesdrop.
Sweet.
Takari tries to tickle Ruin's legs from underneath the chair.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Tickle, tickle, tickle.
Goodbye, Takari.
It was nice knowing you all.
Thunderwave.
Okay, so the woman speaks to Balgara. Several blocks northwest of here is a public bathhouse with a walled garden and frolicking nymphs carved into its front gate. Followers of the Dead Three have been seen coming and going from the bathhouse, and I'm told there's a secret door inside that leads to a dungeon.
I see. Do you know what they're doing there?
I can't say for sure, as I've not been in there myself.
Do I know who the followers of the Dead Tree are?
Followers of the Dead Three.
Oh, I thought you said Dead Tree. Sorry. No,
sorry,
we're
Dead
good.
Three.
Yep.
People you're after.
Do you know anything about these followers of the Dead Three?
I think you'd have to be more specific. There's a lot of things that I know.
Have you heard any rumors of them floating around Baldur's Gate? Of their activities?
Of course. If they had their way, they would murder everyone in sight. But they do it behind the shadows.
And the refugees coming into town, do you know anything of them?
I've heard rumors of some of them disappearing, but beyond that, no.
I see. Any other information that you find could be potentially important that I should know? My companions and I are currently investigating the followers of the Dead Three.
You best be on your guard, for they are very powerful. They have the might of their gods behind them.
I see. Balgara's gonna take out the photograph of the Hell Rider that they found on the body and show it to her.
I'm sorry, but I do not recognize this man.
Very well then. Thank you for the information. If I should need to call upon you again, is there a place I could find you?
You can find me here.
Wonderful. It was nice doing business with you.
The same to you.
She's gonna stand and leave the room and go back to her companions.
Nigel scurries away from the door really quickly.
Oh man, I love these dynamic shadows. That's so cool.
You can only do it if you have the subscription, which is why I didn't have it before.
All these closed doors, has anyone gone into those?
Negative.
No one has even tried to.
I'm sure Nigel's itching to get into them.
Trying to, yeah.
Takari, oh my god. Balgara looks at Nigel and says, how about you sneak around and find us somewhere private to talk? I hate the thought of sitting out here in the open and discussing our business before everybody.
So Nigel's eyebrows kind of perk up. He's like, well, by all means. And starts looking for a door that's locked.
Yeah, there are doors all around this room.
This one. Is this one locked?
1 second, let me get my notes.
While he's doing that, Aragov kind of looks at the bandit captain and says, well, you got anything to say?
He says, let me go and I'll set sail.
Are me and Belgara still telepathically connected?
No, it only lasts like a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, it lasts longer as I level more, but it only lasts like a minute right now.
So Aragov says, letting you go isn't really an option, but letting you live might be if you have some things to say. Perhaps you can roll with us for a while.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Aragov says that he says letting him go is not an option, but letting him live is, if he has anything to say, and he offers to basically escort him around, perhaps to his ship to set sail, just to make sure that he actually leaves.
Ruin doesn't like the idea of Nigel opening up those doors at 1 health, so I'm going to cast my last heal on him.
The door is unlocked.
There you go, Nigel.
Nigel smirks, opens up the door, says, after you.
Okay, so Ergoth, you want to escort Deadeye to his ship?
That's what he's telling him.
Wait,
That's
what?
Half of the plan. He wants to hold on to this guy for as long as possible to get as much information as possible. But it's either he stays basically like tied up, or he dies.
Balgara looks at both of you and says, nobody's going anywhere. So let's just calm down. And then she calls over to Nigel. Nigel, is that room open? Is it empty?
Nigel Piston in the room. DM, is it empty?
Yes, it is empty.
Nigel,
It is the Umbering Hulk room.
Nigel nods back to the party and says, "It is empty."
Aragoth puts his sickle under the dude's chin and says, "Up, let's get in here."
Everybody in the room, let's go.
Takari follows.
Ties him back up to the chair.
Balgara's gonna shut the door behind them once they're all inside. And she's gonna cast Detect Magic on the room to make sure there's nothing in the room suspicious.
You do not detect any magic.
Wonderful. She kind of drops her voice low in case there's anyone around that could be listening to them, and says, the woman has told me where the bathhouse is, and we will search that in the morning. Seems as though the spot's very dangerous, though, so we're gonna have to take the utmost care when we go.
Takari nods.
I still have my sickle on his neck.
You have your sickle on his neck?
Yep.
Belgara looks at Deadeye and says, speak. What do you know of the woman?
She was once my shipmate. She decided to run off with our booty, and we did not take a liking to that.
I see. Is she often deceitful?
Aragoth starts sweating a bit.
It's in her nature. But from what I hear, she runs with the guild now.
The tarp!
I doubt they would have an untrustworthy person among them.
The bathhouse. And she describes the bathhouse to him that the woman described to her. Tell me, what do you know of it, if anything?
My bathhouse is the sea. I don't know anything about bathhouses.
You sure you haven't heard of any plans about the bathhouse?
Are you even listening to me, boy?
Can I do an insight check for a lie?
Okay, go ahead. There's nothing in the chest.
Lame.
You gotta do the slash first.
Thanks.
Did I seem stoic in this response?
Argolf kind of sniffs in frustration.
Balgara's gonna bring up the tannery ship and ask him if he knows anything of them and their doings in Baldur's Gate.
The poison Poseidon. Its captain was once Kelton Hunter, about 40 years ago.
Not the bagpipes.
He himself vanished while he was here. No one wanted to claim his ship, and so it just sat there on the pier. Aside from that, I do not know.
I see. And you know nothing of the followers of the Dead Three and their unsavory dealings in the city?
Nay.
Then I'm afraid you're useless to us.
Argolf's ears perk, looks at Belgara.
And unfortunately, a deal is a deal. And she nods at Aragoth and walks out of the room.
Is this an auto crit?
Yeah, sure, why not? He's restrained. Alright, you kill him, yay.
Yeah.
Poor guy. Belgara's like looked troubled as she left. Like she didn't really want to kill him, but she didn't really see an option otherwise.
Argolf takes his rope back.
She's gonna go downstairs to the barkeep and go ahead and rent rooms for them all to stay the night in.
There's dead bodies everywhere up here.
Probably best the barkeep doesn't come up here.
Exactly.
Well, that thunderwave was really loud. They had to know some shit.
I don't know.
was
No
going
one's searching pockets, and Belgara's not really that lady.
I thought about taking her to that guard downstairs, or taking him to the guard downstairs, but I guess I'll do her work for her.
Duro, did I find anything in his pockets?
Let me see what you find in their pockets. Unfortunately, they did not have any treasure on them. Seems they're a little bit light on cash.
Probably because some bitch robbed them, if I had to guess.
What about, can Takari search the bodies for any spare arrows?
Yeah, I wanted to look for my arrow that I sent to the green guy, but it probably got blown up by the thunder wave.
You can pick up half the amount of arrows you used to round it up.
Okay.
But they were using crossbow bolts, so they wouldn't work on your
Oh, that's right.
bow.
Okay, never mind. Takari decides against doing that because that would be a waste of her time.
Bad day to be a pirate, guys.
This is a bad day to be a pirate.
Indeed.
Besides treasure, there was nothing else in their pockets.
There's nothing of interest to be found on them.
Plebeians.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Ergol's kind of sitting solemn in the in that chair there, kind of in his own head.
Nigel wants to reconvene with the party, kind of like reassess, like, hey, what's the plan right now? So he's kind of go around the tavern, kind of bringing everyone back to a table and say, like, what do we do next?
Okay, we'll do that. Belgara, you rent the rooms. But one of you will have to share because there's only... Actually... So there's 4 beds. One's a wide bed, which leaves one more person without a bed. There's only 4.
Takari is quite happy to sleep on the floor. She doesn't really care. She's quite content, actually. She actually would prefer to sleep underneath somebody's bed.
Oh my god.
It'll cost you 1 silver.
Okay.
For all the rooms?
Yes. Cheap rooms.
How many silver pieces to a gold piece?
10.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Okay, so I assume you'd want to have the discussion of plans in that the conference room there.
Yeah, Bulgara's gonna go back up to the room with them. And she's going to inform them that she has gotten us all rooms for the night, though there are only 4 remaining rooms, so we'll have to figure it out.
Takari smiles at Ruin and waves, like, hey! And says, I'll just sleep underneath Ruin's bed. It's fine.
Ruin's okay with that.
Oh.
Ergoff looks up and, like, shrugs. And he's like, I was prepared to just sleep on this couch here, but I guess I have a bed.
Nigel says that he prefers a bed, so there's a bed somewhere. He prefers it.
I say we get our rest this evening.
Are we getting that bath today, too?
Takari shakes her head. No.
Unfortunately, no. I think it would be a bad idea to go to the bathhouse in our current state.
Ergoff nods with the blood that's kind of drying on his cheek.
Okay, so consider everything you've learned and formulate what your next move is.
Nigel says, I think we're safe in this tavern. Let's go ahead and all rest at the same time. Heal our wounds. Formulate a plan tomorrow. I think that we should speak with the master of our Order of the Flaming Fist. What's his name? The Captain Hook?
Captain Dodge.
Ah, yes. The fool with the eye patch. Let's talk to him tomorrow about what we've learned. Update him, and perhaps he'll have some insight for us as far as what the clues that we have, and maybe some moles in our midst.
I agree, Nigel. I think that's a wonderful plan. I think going to the bathhouse alone would not be the smartest idea. The good lady did say it was quite dangerous, and she seemed to stress it, so I wouldn't be surprised if at this point someone knew that they were being hunted by us.
Perhaps if we all took this room and slept tonight?
Ergoth looks up and says, maybe since Takari has a problem taking a bath at a bathhouse, we can try a creek. What do you say, Takari?
Takari hisses immediately at him and shakes her head no vigorously, and then starts climbing underneath the table towards Ruin, as if he will protect her from any source of bathing.
When Ruin sees that, he will say, any bathing that Ruin does will be done in the precious ocean, and I will bathe her should that be required. Till then, leave her be.
Takari still does not like this. She does not like that idea, and says, I will bathe in the blood of my enemies. That is enough of a bath for me.
There's plenty of that
God.
here. Ergoth looks at Ruin and he asks him, so what god are you the champion of?
Say that again, you cut out.
Sorry, he asks Ruin what god he's a champion of. Like, what god does he follow?
Umberly is my patron, goddess of the depths. You should tribute her, or she will smite you.
What does she consider tribute?
Blood, death, destruction, gems. Take your pick.
Well, you did the destruction, I did the blood. I think we're doing our job.
We're working on it. We have a ways to go.
And Ergoth stands up and heads towards his room.
Belgara follows and goes to her own room.
Okay, so I'll just throw you guys into different rooms.
Takari goes in whatever room that Ruin goes into, because he is the only one who seems like he doesn't want to actually give Takari a bath.
Yeah,
My room is very dark.
His indifference is working in your favor.
And Takari appreciates that.
You should have some light in there now, right?
Yeah, I do. Thank you.
Okay. I gave the two of them the biggest room.
Fancy.
Okay, so you all fall asleep.
Well, Nigel sleeps, but booby traps the room, so he draws a line with rope and some bells attached before the door, and prepares to sleep for the night.
Ergoth rests his longbow next to him and disarms otherwise and lays down.
Takari scurries underneath Ruin's bed and finds a comfy spot there to sleep.
Everyone just plops down and goes to sleep.
Alright, you guys fall asleep. Ruin and Takari are awoken by the sounds of tapping at your window.
Ruin wakes up and looks out the window.
Takari follows him.
A small bird is perched on the outside. It is tapping furiously on the window.
Open it up, Ruin. See what the bird wants.
Ruin just looks at you and is like, whatever, and opens the window.
The bird flies in and says, Tormis requests your presence at Inside Park.
Takari attempts to catch the bird.
Okay, do a... I guess it'd be like a grapple check, so go ahead and do your...
Is that athletics?
It would be... Yes, athletics. Okay, you catch the bird. I'm not even sure what stats a bird would have.
So dexterity, not 18.
Takari catches the bird and she smooches it on its little head vigorously several times. She loves the bird, but asks, why? What is waiting there for us?
The bird begins to chirp at you as if it was a normal bird.
Takari looks at Ruin, still holding the bird, like, what?
Druids are the worst people ever.
Takari now has H1N1.
Oh no.
Because she's kissing dirty little sparrows.
Well, she is an elf, so I think she might be resistant to the henny.
Oh god.
Duro, is there any way that Takari could keep this bird?
You could try animal handling, see if it would want to stay with you.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll animal handling.
Bird pet. Bird
Don't you
pet.
have a crab too?
No, not yet. I haven't gotten the crab
Yeah.
yet. I'm keeping the bird.
The bird seems interested in staying with you.
Sick. Takari's very excited about this bird. She keeps smooching it several times over and holds it out for Ruin to see, but does not let him get close to it because it's her bird, not Ruin's bird. She makes that very clear.
Well, as soon as you offer it to me, is that breakfast?
Takari shrieks and says, nope. This is not breakfast. This is my friend. I'm going to name him Lyle.
Oh my fucking god.
Wait, what's the name?
I'm
Kyle?
putting you in the bath. You are taking a bath,
Takari
handling
holds-
random little sparrows that probably got shit on its feet.
Takari holds up the bird and chants, Clio, 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 while she walks in circles with the bird.
Ruin takes a step towards her. Takari, I need you to focus. Druids are mostly useless, but he wouldn't have sent that bird here if there was not a problem and needed to see us go wake the others.
Takari looks between him and the bird.
No!
Takari jumps in the air and then, with bird still in hand, goes to wake the others one by one by presenting the bird to them, but not letting them touch the bird. It's her bird. She makes that extremely clear to the others.
What's up, Ranger Harley? Have we had a full rest?
Yes, you've had a long rest.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. You came to my room and said what?
I now have a bird. His name is Kyle, and he has a very important message for us. That we're supposed to go to some park. She looks at Ruin, a little bit confused, but then just goes to smooch the bird.
Tormus
Okay,
in the park, the druid.
Nigel.
Yes.
Nigel's gonna ignore that and go back to sleep.
Ergolf yawns, and it's like the most orcish thing you've heard him ever do, because it sounds almost like a roar as he yawns. And he just kind of stands there. Where'd the bird come from?
This guy.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, this sounds like a little crazy. Again, Nigel just goes back to sleep.
I
What
figure
time?
we should hurry off if he sent this messenger.
What time is it?
It is morning time.
Oh snap! Is it breakfast? Is there smell of bacon in the tavern?
No, they don't have bacon. They have.
All right, yeah. Nigel's still asleep.
This is a tavern, not a castle, buddy. We're eating like gruel or something for breakfast.
They have fish cakes, crab cakes, and a thick cheese and potato soup.
Ergolf just pops open a ration and eats it while he's standing.
Is there the smell of breakfast in this tavern?
Yeah,
This
it
hour?
It smells like fish.
All right, Nigel passes through down to the area where the breakfast is happening, and he ignores everything else.
Takari keeps her bird very close to her, away from Ruin, but follows Nigel down.
Okay, I'll drag you guys over.
Can Ergolf give Takari his ration can to keep the bird?
Takari would decline it anyway. She wishes to keep the bird like on her shoulder at all times.
Sure, you don't want to keep it safe?
It is safe. It has wings. It can fly away if need be. But it is my best friend, and his name is Clyle.
Okay. Hello, Clyle.
Don't encourage it.
Sorry, I like birds too.
Nigel kind of demands fish cakes, I guess, at the bar counter. Food.
One of the young servants brings you some crab cakes.
Damn, crab cakes. Okay, let's do this.
Well, I guess we should all eat.
It
I
is
already had my fill.
4 copper for a meal.
Takari's just gonna have one of her rations.
Okay. You all enjoy your breakfast.
I'm gonna attempt to talk to the half, what is it? Half
Ogre?
ogre. Half ogre again?
Okay.
Oh my god.
I just want to ask her, you know, what she knows about what happened last night. Like, was it too much trouble?
Okay, Nigel is going, kind of like senses some, I don't know, some fireworks happening here. And Nigel's going to go over and assist in this courtship.
Ergolf does the like no on the neck, like no. So what I'm doing here. Or
Okay.
Ergolf does that.
Nigel nods knowingly, but like is like at the same time like, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I asked the well, first I say excuse me, ma'am, to the half ogre.
She gives you a dead stare.
What a babe.
Ergolf actually is starting to blush now. And then he just like kind of clears his throat and asks, do you know anything about last night? Was it too much trouble? Are we in trouble? You seem to be the guard around here.
Mommy, sorry?
Pretty much.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus, Mary.
Do you have any foot picks I could buy off of you?
It ain't like that. Hold up now.
It is like that, but it's okay. You don't have to admit it yet.
She responds to you. Destroy the tavern and I break you.
Oh.
That sounds fair.
Keep your chub in your pants, buddy.
I swear he's not trying to flirt with her. He just wants to like possibly have another ally. Is basically what he's trying to do. But now that attitude that she's got does have him blushing a little bit. So now he's gonna be shy and back off.
Ooh.
Please tell me Takari torments him.
Oh, Takari does torment him. Bird in hand, she goes, "Ooh, did you have a nice little conversation with the big, fancy, strong lady? Ooh."
Ergoff just stares blankly at nothing.
Meanwhile, Belgara is having her breakfast at the table with the two strangers sitting at it. At which, upon sitting down, she says, "Good morning. Do you mind if I join you for my breakfast?"
Real quick, while they were having that, Aragoth was having that conversation, does this ogre lady have like a wallet that's easily accessible? It's kind of dangling from her belt or whatever.
She's wearing very little right now.
She's wearing very little.
Oh, that explains it.
Okay.
She's a half ogre, so she doesn't necessarily care for style or whatever have you.
Okay, nothing, valuable. Okay, yeah,
No.
all right. Then Nigel's completely uninterested and moves over to this, to Belgara's table.
Okay, so at that table, you only the man is sitting there. The woman is staring at the fire.
Oh, okay.
But let's see, where's my note on him?
Hey, everyone, don't break the tavern or we're in deep shit.
You see a man sitting at the table. He's wearing tattered clothing. He retches of stench. He sits alone as he analyzes the room, writing down furiously in his small book.
Where is he at?
He's sitting next to you.
That guy. Oh.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, so Belgara comes to the table and sets her plate of food down on it and asks the man if she may sit and have her breakfast here with him.
Oh, please, do you mind? If I ever want to write a play, it's great to Ulfgar Bronze Hammer. People need to stop interrupting me.
Wait, he's writing plays?
It would appear so.
Okay. She politely nods and takes her food and she's gonna move to the table to the west with the lady at it and do the same thing, set her plate down and ask if she can have her breakfast here with her.
Ergoth is just going to awkwardly sit on the adjacent chair by the fire. She's not going to say anything.
Okay, Nigel is going to move his chair closer to this guy, right? And try to strike up a conversation by offering him a friendly game of cards.
Takari pets the bird.
The man responds to you. Did you not just hear what I said to that woman?
No, I'm still a little hungover from last night. Sorry, what'd you say?
I am trying to write a play here. And you are interrupting me.
My good sir, I've written 5 or 6 plays. Perhaps I could help with the writer's block you seem to be having.
Oh my god.
Only Ulfgar Bronzehammer could ever be as good a writer as me.
Pray tell, where are you stuck?
I am stuck with a gnome talking to me.
Oh, zing.
I've had many a point of that in my life. As having grown up in a village of gnomes. But you know, I feel as though as I have some insight to get over that hump. So where's your story right now? Where's your story at? Where's your play at right now?
I am at the part where the small man is interrupting the playwriter.
Yes. I recall a similar instance where a friend of mine was writing a play where there was such a roadblock in his story. He introduced quite a effectual element into the story where suddenly a monster sprang forth from the earth. It was a hydra of sorts, if I recall. The monster was only able to slay it thanks to the quite verbal, I suppose it was a rogue of sorts. He had the tool that the hero required to slay the hydra. Does that help your element along?
If it would get you out of my way, then yes.
Well, then I'm glad I could be of assistance. My name is Nigel. Please tell me, what's your name?
Ulrich Whitmurith.
Ulrich Woodsworth? Not heard of you. Are you very famous around these parts?
I will be one day.
Interesting.
I will be able to sit next to Ulfgar Bronzehammer himself. I have not missed a single of his works.
I see. Do you aspire to write for him?
I aspire to be him.
So Aragoth, continuing in his awkwardness because he has a -1 to charisma, he randomly off the cuff says, "I've only been here a year. I forget how rude everybody is in Baldur's Gate." And he's saying it kind of like to the lady sitting next to him, kind of half expecting that to be heard.
She replies, "Oh my, who let you all in here?"
That lady, he just like nods over to the giant half ogre.
I hope someone informs the guards and has you removed.
I suppose we should just remove ourselves then. Then he gets up and starts making his way to the door.
for Belgara speaking to that woman. She's a halfling woman. She wears dark clothes to hide her face, but the scar across her face is clearly visible. She stares adrift as she continuously flips a coin in the air.
So Bagara places her plate of food down on the table and asks the woman, may I join you in breakfast?
She replies, no one else is sitting here.
Very well then. And Belgara takes a seat and begins to eat.
She takes little notice of you.
Are you from Baldur's Gate? She says in between bites.
You could say that.
Really is terrible what's been happening in the city as of late.
I suppose so.
You don't think the taking of innocent lives is terrible?
I'm still alive. That's all that matters.
That is fair. What do you do around here? If you don't mind me asking, that is.
I do mind asking.
Belgara's gonna ask her if she knows anything about the nefarious activity that's been going on.
She replies, I've heard the rumors, but that's all. Rumors.
Belgara nods and she finishes her meal, and upon standing she says, be careful out there. Sometimes rumors are true. It's a dangerous place, and Baldur's Gate seems to be getting more dangerous by the day. And then she is gonna leave and rejoin the rest of the party.
Is there like a drunk party? Some idiots, I don't know, someone in this tavern?
No, there's no one partying in the morning as current.
Lame. Then, yeah, Nigel heads back to the party's table.
Okay, so you all gather up again, looks like. I assume you all finish up eating.
Nice.
Aragoth,
Yes.
as he sits down, he just points out there's 2 other people in here that we haven't talked to yet, but I'm wondering if we should even try.
Belgara speaks up and says, I fear we've already wasted too much time and we should be visiting Tormus.
Takari agrees. She nods.
Nigel also nods. Yes, we should head back. Visit Captain Hook.
No, Tormus, the guy that we went to see the bodies about because he sent the bird.
He sent the bird, so we should visit him again.
He sent the bird with news for us to come see him. I assume it's urgent.
Oh, sorry, I missed that. Yes, let's do that.
Takari looks at Belgar and says, his name is Clyle. Please refer to him as such.
Lovely, darling. And then she looks at Nigel and she kind of narrows her eyes at him a little bit and says, perhaps you should drink less and listen more. And then she stands from the table and starts making her way out the door and in the direction of Tormus.
Okay, as she quickly heads out the door, she gets kind of that Nigel, that kind of meaning look. As she turns her back and heads out the door, Nigel kind of like and out.
Aragoth scoffs and laughs at the same time.
Hey, Vancouver by
Nigel follows
night!
her.
Yeah,
Welcome!
Takari also follows with Bird.
Yep. I'm with.
You all arrive at Insight Park, where you see Tormish waiting for you.
Takari holds up the bird and goes, I found Clyle. I got your message.
He runs up to you, saying, thank the gods you're here. Another body has shown up this morning.
Belgara responds, well then, take us to it.
He takes you to the gully overlooking the reading tree. He points to the woman in the gully.
She dead as fuck.
What happened?
Can't say for sure. I sent the message to you when I first saw the body.
And you heard no strange sounds or saw nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay, so your investigation roll discovers additional what is that called? Channery liquid. I forget what I called it.
Before the dude answers Belgara, I just say, it's that smell again. And is there liquid like in a container on this person?
You find the tanner's liquid, which, as before, was wood, ash, and lime.
Mhm.
It is on her body. A search of her also finds refugee papers.
I bring it to Belgara.
Just like the others.
Takari wants to check to see if there was any of the mysterious carvings on her body as well.
Okay, go ahead. Well, yeah, go ahead. You can search too. Yes, you find the carvings that were also on the previous bodies, the ones of arcane origin.
Takari points to that and tells the rest, look, she has the markings.
Would I be able to tell how long she's been dead with the investigation roll that I did?
You will need to roll medicine for that.
Alright, I'll give it a try. Wah wah.
Oof.
That's rough.
You aren't even able to guess.
Nope.
Nigel, let's have Takari roll too since she's there already.
Okay.
Okay, so
Heyo.
Nigel and Takari are able to deduce that she has died within the past few hours.
She's fresh.
Here it goes. Obviously, she's been dead for several hours.
Yeah, Eric also is afraid to touch her, and also the scent of the liquid is definitely messing with his perception there. Eric also goes up to the dude and asks, did he find her here like this?
Yes, I found her just the way she is. I contacted the mortuary to have them pick her up.
And you sent the bird?
Of course.
Can I do insight?
Sure. You don't see him flinch or change body language when he says it, so he appears to be legitimate in his claim.
Alrighty.
Belgara places a hand at his shoulder and says, "Thank you very much, Tormus, for alerting us immediately upon finding the body." And then she looks to the rest of her companions and says, I believe it's time we took the information we have gathered thus far back to Captain Nodge.
Captain Zodge.
Zodge, yes, sorry. Jesus
Captain
Christ.
Hook.
Yeah, he's just gonna get all the names.
Yeah.
Captain Hook. Let's take it back to Captain Hook.
Both Takari and Kyle nod.
Nigel also is on board. Yeah. Let's take it back to him.
Ruin will follow along.
Same.
You travel back to Captain Zodge. He is at the Basilisk Gate where you first met him.
Nigel says, "What's up, you one-eyed bastard?"
Holy shit.
Ergoff chuckles.
Takari smooches Kyle.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Belgara's going to offer the information to him that they've discovered thus far about the bodies and the tannery on the ship and the bathhouse. And she's gonna show him the note and the forged refugee papers, along with the photograph of the Hell's Rider. Basically catching him, like, completely up to speed with everything that they know at this point.
Except for the tavern debacle that we went through, probably.
Yeah, he doesn't really need to know about that. It doesn't have anything to do with the mission.
He looks over the papers that you brought him and your explanation, and he responds, "You lot have seemed to have found considerable amount of information here. It seems we have two groups of the 3 dead cultists. I suggest that you take them out immediately. As for Emmerich Vanthamper, I suggest you take him with the utmost caution. He is a son of Dalmara, as you know. We do not want to get in a debacle with her."
Okay, so what all does he want us to do now?
He wants you to take out both of the dead 3 cultists groups that you know of. The one at the tannery and the one in the bathhouse, and also to be careful of Emmerich.
Of who?
Emmerich Vanthamper. You found
The business card.
Business card with his name on it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
On the body.
Yeah, Aragoth knows about him. Yeah, he also warned of this guy.
So she's gonna ask Zodge if perhaps he has any, like, extra help that he can lend to us with disposing of these people.
Wait, I'm sorry. Who are we to be careful of?
Emmerich Vanthamper.
Emmerich Vanthamberg.
I typed it in the chat.
So Nigel says, correct me if I'm wrong, but the strongest lead appears to be in this bathhouse next to the sewer. Am I not wrong?
Takari seems visibly disturbed by the word bathhouse.
That may be so. It would be hard to decide, though, unless it is investigated. As for additional troops, my own troops are spread thin at the moment. I will consider offering you more help, but I would not count on it.
I see. It is only that I was told the bathhouse was particularly dangerous. I believe we could probably handle the men at the tannery. It didn't seem as though there were many there, but the bathhouse worries me a bit more.
Sorry, Captain Zodge. If only you had 20/20 vision, you would be able to guide us further.
He gives you a disapproving look.
Nigel doesn't care.
Ergoth asks Zodge if there's anything that they should do to prepare for what else we have to do for him. Any advice?
Don't die.
Always sound advice.
Yes, well, perhaps if you can't aid us by means of numbers, perhaps there are other ways you may aid us. Potions, items, things that could help us.
Mr. Zodge, if you could tell us if there's a bathhouse that is nearby a sewer system access.
Belgara turns and looks at Nigel, and she's like, you can tell she's trying really hard to hold her temper at this point with him. And she says, Nigel, we know where the bathhouse is. We've already gone over this. You really should listen, darling. And then turns back to Zodge in anticipation of his answer.
Nigel holds his tongue.
When you're ready, I will have 2 of my flaming fists assist you.
Very good, then. We've had a nice night's rest, and we all have full bellies. I think now is better than ever to go ahead with our strike on at least the tannery for starters. That is as long as there are no objections to this.
Takari nods and agrees with us.
Ruin's good with it.
Okay, so we have a plan. I forgot to have you guys do your long rest RP session, so we'll do that next time. On your way to the tannery.
Oh, like if we want to tell like a story for inspiration?
Yes.
Cool.
Nice.
I forgot we had it in that moment. I was too worried about getting the next scene set up. But yeah, we'll do that next time. Okay, so we're gonna finish there. What is everyone's character, what's on their mind right now?
Plyle.
Oh my god. I can't wait until you have to tell us an inspiring story, Takari.
Oh, I already have one ready. Don't you even worry.
I'm sure you're gonna razzle dazzle us all.
Yeah, now that I have Kyle, it's gonna be so much better.
I would say Belgara is generally concerned for their safety going in and attacking these two groups, but feels a little better knowing that Zodge was kind enough to lend them 2 of his men. But she doesn't let any of this show on her face. She's pretty poker face.
Yeah, Ergol's happy about that, but he's also, you know, he's prepared to not rely on anybody, but the more help, the better. He's probably suspicious of these dudes, just because that's what he does.
Ruin's always eager to go send somebody to meet Umberly as a sacrifice.
I'm also a little worried about the political intrigue and the fact that it's very possible that this guy is involved in such political intrigue, and so he's kind of suspicious of everyone at this point who's not in the party, but who's involved in the plot, I guess.
That's a good point. Anyone could be involved at the moment. Even me. All right, we're gonna end there. Everyone go to level 2.
Sweet.
Thanks, Darrow.
No problem.
Yeah, good stuff, Darrow.
I thought you guys were gonna do all this last session, but now we're doing it on the 3rd one instead.
Thorough.
Kyle.